Okay, I've been getting some questions about why you want to dry fast for parasites, okay, to get rid of your parasites. So let's go for a walk. Okay, well, you know, parasites are everywhere. You pick them up on your hands, you pick them up on food, you pick them up everywhere. Their spores and their eggs and all this stuff get inside you, they hatch, and they start feeding off of you because at any given moment, something is trying to eat you on this planet. Be it tyrannical government or just the plain old parasites. And the way this works is dry fasting, because you're not eating or drinking, you're not providing the water they need to stay alive. So they parch out, they die off, it's great. What you probably don't realize is during a dry fast, you're getting rid of lots and lots of toxins. It's coming out of the cells, in the intercellular matrix, and toxifying the juice in between the cells and lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is taking these toxins, throw them in the bowel. So there's nowhere to hide for parasites, okay? That's the other thing. Your body is so loaded with toxins you're trying to get rid of that they really have a hard time surviving this. And that's kind of the best thing about it, because when you do dry fast, you'll find that your appetite for these kind of foods that stimulate this kind of fat and so forth kind of goes away. And that's because you've taken these voices away. You know, parasites are everywhere, and you have to get rid of them every year. You know, when I was a kid, my dad, who was a doctor, used to deworm us. A lot of people my age probably were dewormed, but that practice stopped for some reason, and to our great detriment. And I think probably to our gross overweight condition as well, because if you can't stop these voices from asking you to eat their food, it's like a helpless problem. You know, you are fighting millions, billions of organisms trying to get you to eat what they need to stay alive. So that stops. So people talk about dieting and compliance and all this stuff. Yeah, if you have the willpower to fight your parasite voices, God bless you for that. But that's the deal. If you want compliance to diets, dry fast. Just dry fast. 5-7 day, get rid of a ton of parasites, and see if the choices of your food changes. I guarantee they will. So another thing people asked about was, okay, fine, I get rid of parasites. What about this thing with weight loss and, you know, short dry fast and stuff? Yeah. If you are really overweight and you want to get the weight off quickly, you can do the 1 every 3 day dry fast. You just don't eat or drink in a day every 3 days. That tends to use your Randall cycle to tear up the fat to provide the energy for the mitochondria, because you're not eating any glucose. And because of that, you end up working on fatty acids. So there's kind of the deal. If you want to lose weight, you need to be able to comply to whatever diet you decide you want. After you dry fast, your diet changes will be significant, and it'll really help you. Now the other thing is with these short dry fasts is, you know, it's not good to turn on your stem cells all the time. It's really not. But in the case of gross and morbid obesity, it's absolutely essential that you get this under control. So you can lose weight pretty fast on a 5 day dry fast. You can do it once a month. And the longer ones, like 7 days, this sort of stuff, you don't really want to do it more than twice a year. But if you're overweight, you might want to consider this option. I know a relative of mine that took on the dry fasting thing, and then she did 5 day dry fast, 5 day eating, 5 day dry fast, 5 day eating. She went from like 260 pounds down to like 150, and then she started dry fasting again, and she went down to 125 or 130. Because she wasn't eating the garbage. I mean, you know, this is kind of the deal. If you take away the desire, you improve your compliance. And that's what the whole parasite thing is all about. And they can get in your brain, they can get in your body, they're in your gut, they're all over your body. So when you take these drugs to get rid of parasites, yeah, maybe down the GI tract and all sort of stuff, but you know, drugs are specifically for types of parasites, not all parasites. And they can't do much for internal parasites in your system, in your body, and that kind of stuff in the brain. Dry fasting is completely different. It puts your body in a sleep metabolism for 5 days, and nothing can survive that isn't your own body. And that's kind of the way that works. If you want to have a healthier life, you need a dry fast. The people that do, they have a healthier life. I mean, read the user comments on this channel. I mean, it's silly. So when I wrote the Phoenix Protocol, dry fasting for rapid healing and radical life extension, and neogenesis for building muscle and bone, and specifically for generating osteocalcin, you'll see in that book. It led me to the third book, which I just finally submitted the final draft to publishing, so that should be available next week. And it's really cool because this goes through all that stuff and more, and really addresses the problem of lifespan. You'll be surprised. It's fun. Anyway, it's a fun read. It'll be out soon. But yeah, you want to do parasite cleanses because dry fasting is the easy one. There's the Hulda Clark and all these other dry fast, all these other cleanses for your liver and all these new parasites and stuff. Just dry fast. You don't need to buy anything. You just don't do anything. Because as Hippocrates said, sometimes the best remedy is to do nothing. That's the message today. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. I might go out there and see what's going on with some of these waves. Have a good one. See ya.